Well, well, look who's back. Yeah, it's been a while. Uh, 3 months or so, I guess. Um, lot, lot has been going on in the last 3 months. Last time I think you saw me, I was up by Parker, I believe, in Arizona. So I came back with the KTM 390, and I had a couple of friends ask me to do a BDR with them, so I did. We did the Chattahoochee BDRX up in northern Georgia. I did that on the 390. A couple of sections I'm going to do in a couple of weeks here. I think one was like a 15 mile, and another one was 10 or 15 that we had to bypass. So I'm going to go back and finish those on the new Pan America. I still have the 390, and the 390 will go on the back of the van when I go across country, because I don't have the trailer. This bike here, I have the trailer. If I take the van, I can't put this on the bumper hitch. It's just too heavy with everything on here. It's coming in a little over 700 pounds. And then with camping gear, yeah, you're gonna add it'll be up around 750. So it's too much for the hitch. I'll trailer it if I take it out, on the with the van. But I do have a couple of big trips coming up here very, very shortly, which will be leaving here, the home base, and we'll be heading north on the bike with our camping gear. So be ready for those trips. I have three or four different trips. I don't know how many I'll get done out of them. We'll see what the weather is, and how my body handles it. This is a heavy bike. It's top heavy. I mean, my ultras were big. They were heavy. They were 9 or 1,000 pounds fully loaded. But the center of gravity was much lower. They were easier to maneuver. It's a lighter bike. It comes in around stripped. It comes in around 650. But a lot of the weight's up higher, so it makes it a little top heavy. It's okay once you're moving like 10 miles an hour higher. Under that, you got to be careful. But I have a bike lift, the same bike lift that I use on the 390. I can lift this bike up with it. It's when I ordered the bike lift from Eastbound overseas, I ordered the larger one just in case I upgraded, which I did. I upgraded, so now I'm a 3-bike owner. I got the Ural in the trailer, I got the 390 up there, and then now we have the Harley Pan America, which is strictly for cross-country road bike packing. That's what this one's all about. I'm not taking this on some really gnarly BDRs. I'll take this on graded fire roads and dirt road, graded county fire, graded back roads, dirt roads, but that's it. I'm not going to be going anything too technical just because it's too top heavy, and I have the 390 to do that, which is a perfect bike for that type of stuff. So we're going to Molly and I don't know where she went. Let me give her a yell. Molly, hey, come. Here she comes. We're gonna go for a bike ride, and I got to work out my cameras. I got 1,000 miles on it already. I just got it back. Just brought it into the dealership for the first 1,000-mile oil change and checkup. So now we're gonna start working on the videoing. I have mounts. I got mounts here. We got a mount up here. We have another huge mount here, which I'll probably use a lot because that mount will be up high. It'll be like a drone effect, and you'll be able to keep an eye on Molly when she sits in here. I also have a cockpit for her. I'll get into that a little bit later. And then we have, I have another mount over here that I can swing around and get different views while I'm traveling. I added another crash bar that comes out so I can put food. This is Molly's food here. This will be water. And then on this side, same thing, I added another crash bar on here. I got a lot of the stuff on Revzilla, Tortec, in Amazon. I get a few things off of there. But the same thing here. We have 2 big bottles here for Molly's food. I have another water jug here, and another jug here for water. I also have insulated water jugs that mount right here, which I took them off for this day ride. But when I get ready to go on the trip, I'll show you all that stuff. That's a big thing this time of year. You got to have plenty of water, especially if I'm going to be camping. I also have water for our day runs, which is filled with ice. So this has got ice, that's got ice, and this one here has ice water also. This is my daily small bag. I have a Moscow Moto, the bigger bag for touring. You can carry a lot more in it, but this is good enough for local rides and stuff. I added these little swivel mirrors so I can keep an eye on Molly behind me. I can't really see her with these because these here are angles so I can see traffic on either side of me and behind me, but these here I can angle so I can see her, keep an eye on her. GPS mount. I also just ordered this. They just shipped it yesterday from Tortec. It's a lockable mount for the XT2 Zumo XT2 nav. It'll be locked in there, so if I go into a restaurant or I have to go in and get supplies, I don't have to strip my bike and lock everything up. This is lockable. They'll have to break this whole thing to get that out of there. I also added the lockable sun visor for the dash right here. These are so easy to get. You just click 2 little pins on either side and this thing walks away, and you're looking at a couple $1,000s for that. So this is all lockable now. You need tools to get that out of there. That's about, I can't think of anything else. I added a lot of little doodads too. I added a magnetic dipstick here that will take a lot of the shavings out of the oil. It will help keep the motor from wearing as quick. I also have I added a 12-volt jumping cable because the battery's underneath the skid plate. You have to take that all apart to get to the battery. And I didn't want to have to deal with all that in case I was somewhere and I let the battery drain. So I have it's called an Anderson plug. So that goes right, that's connected right to the battery. And then I have another nail in that connects to that has connectors at this end, depending on how I want to jump the bike. I've also added pigtails here that I can charge my phone and camera batteries. I also added one up here somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is, right here. There it is, right there. So I have another one here. And then the bike itself also has one right here. And this is a 26, so in the 26, there's enough power here where I can, if I wanted, I can run my GPS and also plug it into my phone to charge my phone while I'm on a trip. So these are usable now. I heard they weren't the first years that this bike came out, it was mainly for diagnostic, I guess. But I can verify that I've been running until I hot wired it in, I was using this here to run my GPS without any issues at all. I also added some covers here to some very vital parts. This is the brake reservoir for the rear. So I put a, you buy these accessories, you can cover some of these vital components here. I thought there was another one over there. I think it's on the other side. What else we have going here? Oh, yeah. I added these little boxes. We have a lot of, between your storage boxes, panniers, and the frame, there's a huge cavity here on both sides. So you can buy these boxes from Revzilla. They're $100. They're not that bad. And they're lockable. They're lockable right here. So you just take your key and you open that up. And on this side, I have all my tire patching, whatever I need to patch the tires. These tires are tubeless, so I have all kinds of different plugs and in the reamer, and the compressor's in here. I have a compressor to pump up my tires, so that's in here. And then on the other, I was able to add one on the other side also. So over here, I have another one right here. And on this side, I have all my hand tools. Everything fits in there nicely so I can get to it. I don't have to empty out one of my side bags to get to tools. Everything's right here. And there's plenty of room underneath the tire. You see nothing. I mean, my suspension will work without having it interfered with these here little boxes. So that was a good find. I'm glad I did that. That saved me. It lowered a lot of weight because these tools are heavy, so a lot of this weight I was able to keep down low. All right, now for Molly. Another reason I got this was so I could take Molly with me. I didn't want, when I'm on a 390, I have to kind of leave her in the van all day. It's not fair to her. So I found this company out of Guatemala. They're U.S. citizens, and they live where they cruise the world on their bikes. And they're big dog lovers, and they have a huge German Shepherd that they travel with. And this is, you can look them up online. This is called, there are two companies that make these dog carriers. One is called Roughly, that's what this is, Ruffly. And there's another company, it's called Rough, I think that's it. You'll see them online. They're the only two companies. I really like this one. The other one is a shell. It comes up, and it's open in the front, and the dog sits in here. But it's just huge. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of that one. Very well made, just like this one here. It just didn't work for what I was looking for. So the Roughly, it's made for the dogs to lay down, and you strap them in. This is a 3-point harness. So when I go down, she's locked in here, and she's got a metal cage around her. She can't go anywhere. I have I just ordered the Rainfly, so I have a Rainfly here that just mounts on the back of this top rail. It's still open underneath, so her butt and tail can fit underneath. But this Rainfly covers this whole thing, so when I'm in tropical rain down here in Florida, or I'm crossing the country, she'll be protected behind me. And then I'll have my rain gear on, and she'll have a rain cover over her, so she'll be fine. And there's a little hole in the front too, so she can pop her head out if she wants. Very easy to install. You take off the box. This bike comes with a center box. You take that box off, and this plate, they send you a plate a mounting plate, and it has all holes in here. Let me see if I can open this up. I don't know if I can. Also, I have some stuff down in here. There's like a little compartment underneath, so I have her hunting jacket here, which is like a little rain jacket, her earmuffs for the highway. I got a food bowl over there, and then I have a towel here to wipe her down if she goes for a swim somewhere, and you know, then we're ready to take off. I can wipe her down so that all her stuff is underneath this pad. So yeah, this is for her. She's done 1,000 miles on a bike. We've been riding around. Just got back from Leesburg Bike Fest. It was a 3-day bike rally up in Leesburg, Florida. We took the Pan Am up there. I trailered it up because at the time I had just gotten that rack, and we did a lot of riding up there. Probably put on 500 miles up in there, all the back roads and all kinds of stuff up in that area. So that's where she really got comfortable riding with me on the bike. So getting back to this plate, yeah, there's all kinds of holes in here, and the plate that comes with Harley, the luggage rack, has holes in it, and I just put 4 bolts in there, and this thing is bolted right in. I don't know if you can, let me see if we can see that. Yeah, here we go. Here's one, but here are 2 bolts here, and then I have 2 more bolts right up here. So it's held on with 4 bolts, 4 stainless steel bolts. It takes me 3 minutes to take this thing off to get underneath if I have to get to some wiring or something, because you have to take this rear passenger seat off in order to get that seat off. So it's not a big problem. So that's the bike. So I'm going to let you go. I'm going to put my jacket on. I really don't like riding. I know it's hot. It's 90 degrees. It's 88 degrees right now. It's going to be up around 100 today. I don't really like riding in my heavy jacket, so I'm going to bring it with me. But I also have sleeves that I might wear later when it gets warmer. But I do have my padded pants, so I wear that in case I go down. I'll be somewhat protected. And then naturally I wear a helmet. So, but mainly today's ride is to figure out my camera situations. I will take different shots on the bike, and it's about a 2-hour ride. It's a 100-mile loop that I already mapped out on my Garmin. So we will catch you guys a little bit later. I'm going to probably add the videos. I don't think I'm going to do much talking, and I'll just have some music in the background, and then at the end of the ride I will, oh, another thing I want to show you too is I added cameras here. These are front and rear cameras in case I have a episode with a 4-wheel vehicle. I have proof of who was in the wrong, either me or them. But I ride very, I'm not aggressive, so hopefully we'll never have to use those. But yeah, I have one camera here. It goes to a computer module that's underneath the seat here with a gigabyte hard drive. And then I have manual buttons right here where I can pause a video or I can take a video, but it records. It loops. It records. If the bike's running, it's recording automatically. And then the rear, where is it? Here it is. This is the rear camera right here. So that takes care of anybody coming up behind me. And the front one's 4K, the rear one's 2.7K, I believe, but they're super clear. I'll take some shots a little bit later. I'll download some video from these here security cameras or riding dash cameras. I'm going to call them dash cameras because it's kind of what they are. So you'll see the quality of them. And they're the Valero, I believe, is the name brand of it. Or Verario. I know I'm butchering the name. I got them on Amazon. They're a couple $100, but I have them on all my vehicles. You know, it just, if you get into an incident, it sure helps you if you have video documentation. I mean, it's just, I'm sure a lot of the new cars have cameras on them now too. So, I figured I'd add them to my bikes. I have it on the KTM 390 also, the same camera system. So it works out pretty well. I'm accustomed to this brand. All right, let me suit up and we're gonna hit the road. It's 11:20. I'll be in 10 minutes. We'll be on the road. Okay, later. All right, guys. I think we're all set. Oh. Makes me nervous. When that bike leans over like that, it makes me very nervous. Let's go the other way. All right. Beautiful day down here. This is, what is this, May 10th, somewhere around there, I think. Lose track of the days. All right, let me move my barrel. Today was trash day. So, oh, did they already come? No, they didn't. All right, the bag is still in there, so I guess we'll have to wait. All right, so. Let me put my gloves on. Okay, I think we're all set. Oh, nope, I gotta put Molly's goggles on. Oh, man. Very disorganized. Okay, now we're all set. Oh, there are my cows in the shade. I think I'm going to have to change my route. Okay, oops. I gotta turn my headphone on. Okay. Yeah, this is working out good. I have the Garmin hooked up to my headset and the helmet, and it's giving me turn-by-turn directions. So I'm glad I figured that out. I can also have music too if I turn the music on my phone. Both of those should come across the headphone set that I'm wearing. Hopefully you can hear me okay. We're gonna check out the audio when I get back. But I have the Insta360 mini wireless mic in my chin mount, and I have it paired with the right over with the screen that you're watching now, which is the Insta360 camera. I'm not sure if you can hear her directions that I'm getting over the headphones. There's a Thursday afternoon, so a lot of people are working. There shouldn't be that much traffic, especially way out. I'm in the central part of Florida, south central. So basically it's a lot of cattle ranches and orange grove and tomato grove area. So it makes for real nice riding. It's all flat though. We have no hills here. You can see the damage there from one of the hurricanes. We have every once in a while, well, the last big one we had was, I don't know, 4 years ago, Irma. We had the eye go right over my town. Oh man, 150 mile an hour winds, and it lasted like for frickin' 18 hours. It was it was moving at 2 miles an hour. I hope I never live through another one of those. That was not fun. Here's one of those on the left here, one of those orange groves. Beautiful house back there on the left. Some nice ranches back here. A lot of acreage. Here's another nice one up here, very well maintained. All right, I'm going to pull over up here and switch camera locations just to get a different perspective. Up here there's a fork. I think we, which way are we going? Oh, we're taking a right. Okay. I think we're taking a right. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think we are. No, we're taking a left. How come it's not telling me? Alright, I'm gonna pull over anyway. I gotta move the camera. We're gonna do a we're gonna do a rear shot. All right, let's see how this works. I'm gonna turn that so I can keep an eye on the camera, make sure I don't lose it on the road. Oops, what happened? Okay, we're off. So it's going to be interesting to see the perspective. This is the first time I've used it as a drone behind me on a long extended pole. keeps digging into my back. I don't know what she's doing back there. I'm gonna have to stop up here and just see what her problem is. All right, we're gonna stop, move the camera to another position and check her to see what her problem is behind me here. Oh. Whew, it's warm. All right, why are you digging into me, huh? Why are you digging into me? You have plenty of room back here. Okay. Where's the camera? Oh, back here. All right, let's move the camera. Change position. Okay. Why is it disconnected? Huh. Oh, I know why. All right, why isn't this? Oh, I know. Okay. Okay. Let me lower this. Okay, we're ready to go. Next position. Okay, we're back connected, it says. Alright, let's give this a shot. Alright, so hopefully you can hear me. We're doing about 56, 57 miles an hour here. So we'll see how this microphone is doing. I'm getting bombarded here with love bugs. They're bouncing off my helmet. I only started wearing a full helmet when I moved to Florida. And one of the main reasons were the bugs. I got tired of getting hit in the face with these bugs, and I also got stung a couple of times on my face. So I went with the full-size helmet, and I'll tell you, I'm pretty happy with it. It took me a while to get used to it. I used to wear the half helmets up in New England, but down here it just doesn't work. I mean, you're in pain all the time. Entering Sarasota County. Okay. Another mile, we'll be getting off of this road, slowing it down a little bit. I'm really getting to love this bike. Couple of things I'm not happy about, especially being a top heavy, and I don't like that kickstand. I don't like the way that works. I understand why, because the suspension on this bike, it automatically adjusts the height on you. So they had to put a kickstand on here to work with that automatic height adjustment. Alright, I gotta stop here and readjust the camera again. Oh man. All right, we're gonna move this thing down here now. Another position. I'm just tightening up the other mount that it was on. Oh man, look at my windshield. What a mess, huh, Molly? Oh. All right, I think we're all set. Alright, can you hear me okay now in this new position? Wow, look at the fence this guy put up. I don't know what he's got behind there. All right, entering Manatee County. We're in another county now. Not that I went right through Sarasota. I'm like at the four corners of, or three corners of three counties, so I don't have to go far to go into each one of them. But now we're going to be in Manatee for a while because we're going to be going right through this county. This is a nice road. This is all back Florida country setting here. Gotta watch out for wildlife. A couple of years ago I came across one of these corners and there was an 8-foot gator in the middle of the road. There's low water right now. We're in the middle of a huge, like a 25-year drought. And it's mating season, so the gators are moving. They're not in their home territory. They're moving around. So you will see them where they shouldn't be. Yeah, you ride out in this part of Florida, you won't see very many vehicles. What's this guy doing going over the line? What are you doing? I've never been on this road before. This is a new road for me. It's called Sugar Bowl Road. Pretty nice back here. Just hit 90 degrees on my thermometer. Doesn't feel bad when you're, as long as you're moving.
Look at this spread over here on the right. Nice. Wow. back into Sarasota. I gotta readjust the camera again. Man, this thing is way over. Shit. I do not like this. You wanted some water? All right, I'm going to have to give her some water. All right, let's move this. Are we still recording? Yeah. All right, we're going to close this off for now. All right, stop recording. So I'm back. That was a successful ride, although I almost lost it. I was stopped, and it was a slight downgrade on the kickstand side, and when I got off the bike it started to go over. So good thing I was standing on that side. I typically, sometimes I get off on this side, the right hand side. But yeah, that was I got to learn to make sure when I stop it's got to be flat, definitely flat. It can't be the grade can't be coming down at all, because this thing will just go right over. Although it's not going to go over far because it'll land on these boxes right here, so, but it'll still be a pain to try to get it back up, and I just don't want to deal with it. Look at the windshield. Oh, man. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, what a mess. What a mess. So I'll spend an hour here cleaning this thing for a 2-hour bike ride. Oh well. They'll only be around for another week. Then they'll be gone till next September. I think they come back in September for 2 to 3 weeks. All right, guys. I'm gonna close this out. So I got a few things to do next week, and then I'll be free. So we're gonna pack up the bike. It's basically all set to go. I just got to put my camping gear on there, and we're all set to go. Yep. So stay tuned. You'll see where we're headed. All right. Be safe. Get out there when you can, while you can. Bye.